him, sir, it's not your interest. It's not in your best interest to basically have the dessert and Pepsi and all that stuff. And the man cussed me off, called me the N-word.
Oh.
I was like, you know what? Let me go back to surgery because I can't deal with these type of people having these kind of experiences. So I went back to surgery and I've been working in surgery. I scrub, I do cardiovascular, orthopedic, trauma, general, gynae, all the areas.
Okay.
I do organ procurement.
Nice.
I scrub and I circulate since then. And yeah, that's basically been it. Then we cut the patient's chest, cut the patient's abdomen, take out the heart, liver, lungs, whatever organs that is necessary.
All right, so tonight it's gonna be a little bit different. I am gonna try. Okay, nice grace to me. Yeah, my day was pretty good. Was a little bit busy early in the day, but then, you know, kind of wind down really nicely. When I got home, I was like super tired, fell asleep on the couch after having dinner. And then I'm like, all right, let me rush and try, you know, get ready for this live. But it was good. How about yours? Hi everyone, welcome. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm gonna pin a number on the live, so persons can go ahead. Feel free to call in and share your day, your story, whatever it is that you want to talk about. But it's more about, you know, a day in the life of. So if you're an engineer, you're a nurse, I would love to hear from the nurses as well, you know, because we have a lot of excitement going on in our schedule, you know, or shift at work. So I'm gonna pin that in the chat here. What area are you in, Grace to me? And Miracle Thrash. How was your day? So the number is gonna be, what's my number? Goodness, that's bad. Stacy. So the number is gonna be 469 655 5152. All right, so you can call in on this number. If you have WhatsApp, you can WhatsApp me on this number as well. And all right, so that's the number, and I'm gonna pin it. All right, so yeah, Alabama. Okay, nice. All right, so if you want, you can go ahead and call in. I have a young lady who is planning on calling in later on. She's a nurse, and she's gonna be sharing a few things with us, so hopefully she will get a chance to, you know, hop onto the live. So yeah, do we have anybody from Jamaica here? Remember to go ahead and tap on the screen, double tap the screen to, you know, give the video a like, a thumbs up, okay? So today when I was working, well, I've always considered it, but today I was at work and I had a patient, and apparently she has a, she does get a bath, like, you know, once per week. So I wanted to kind of touch on that topic. How often, wherever you're from, how often, oh, Grace to me is in New York. How often do you guys, you know, shower, have a bath? You know, in my culture, where I'm from in Jamaica, you know, we take a bath probably 2 times or 3 times per day. So I want to know, what are your thoughts on that? How often do you guys find yourself showering, and what are some of the reasons you're thinking, you know, persons do shower once or twice per week? Because that was another thing that was shocking for me when I moved to the States here, especially when I was in, you know, up north, where it was a little bit colder. Sometimes I would be like, okay, I'm heading home, and or it's a case where I am like, All right, I got in for work, and I would say that I got up from 5 o'clock to start getting ready for work, and I'll hear people say, "Why do you get up so early?" And I'm like, "Well, I have to get a bath." And they're like, "You shower in the morning," and I'm talking about like nurses, people in the health field. So they'll be like, "You shower in the morning before coming to work," and it's the same thing. You know, when you're leaving work, some persons are like, "Oh, they're going home and they're just gonna head straight into bed." Some persons will be like, and they'll brag about it, you know. So it was like I guess it's a norm for a lot of persons, and it's dependent on where you're at, because you know, when it comes on to persons living in, like, you know, Jamaica, where the or Texas here, where the temperature is a little bit warmer, you might find out that um persons probably shower a little bit more because it's hot, you know, they're sweating. So some of those are reasons why they probably take a bath, an extra bath, versus persons in the cold probably thinking that, you know, they're not sweating, so there's no need to get a bath. So that was just it. So today when I went in, I was having a conversation with a patient, because that patient hasn't had a bath. Well, it's an elderly person, so you know, they have like an aide that comes in once or twice per week, and they'll get a bath once per week. And I was like, only once? That's just not, you know, not good. Because these persons are like, a lot of them are incontinent, and yeah, having a bath once a week is just not enough for them. So I just wanted to hear what your thoughts are on that. And I notice I have 7 persons on the live. Can you go ahead and identify yourself, please? I noticed that Miracle is here, or Grace is here. And do we have anybody else here? Remember to give the video a thumbs up as we go along. And if you have anybody who is, you know, interested in sharing their story, whatever story it is, you know, related to nursing, anything that will encourage persons, or just kind of give us an idea as to a day in the life of that individual, then feel free to go ahead and share the number. They can text me, or whenever I'm doing my live, they can go ahead and call. And I have an interview with a Nigerian that I am going to be uploading, so I want you guys to hear her story, you know, so look out for that video. And as I say, a lot of the videos will be mostly, you know, audio with those persons, because some persons just don't like the camera, so unfortunately. All right, so Grace, to me, if you're still here, in New York, what is the norm? What is the culture with persons taking a bath down that side? Do you find yourself having a bath every day, or, you know, 2 times per week, or once a week? What is it like? Have. Hi, Kay. I am on live. You're on speaker.
Okay.
All right. So, hi, everyone. Again.
Hey, guys.
So, this is Kadian. Yeah. This is Kadian. She's a nurse. She's from Jamaica. And I am going to have her just, you know, take over the floor and introduce herself.
All right. Well, hi, everyone. My name is Katie Ann. I've been a registered nurse how much years now? 13 years. Went to NCU, worked at Andrews part-time when I was going to school. Worked in Jamaica till 2016. Came to America 2016. I worked, you know, in Jamaica, I work in different areas in the floors. Peds, ICU, A&E, everywhere. And I was working in surgery as well. And I came here, I was in Florida for the first part of our travel agency assignment. And I had a bit of a culture shock because, you know, where we're from, healthcare is more proactive instead of reactive like in America. And patient care satisfaction is important, but not as the primary thing like it is in America. And I was in Florida not circulating, shadowing on the floor because I was just deciding to either go on the floor or go back into surgery, where my favorite part was. And I had my first interesting experience where, in Jamaica, you have a patient and the patient has to eat a diabetic diet and listen to the nurse, and the nurse has autonomy and respect. There's always, everyone was on the same level. No doctor could have talked to your nurse weird or disrespectful. CNA can't talk to you disrespectful. Everyone's on the same level. And it was so different here in the US. So apparently, my patient, hold on. Okay. Sorry, it's not coming.
You're good.
My patient had sugar 400 and enough, 500 and enough. I tried to tell him, sir, it's really not in the interest, because the document that you try to maintain this kind of diet and you give the patient education. I told him, sir, it's not your interest. It's not in your best interest to basically have the dessert and Pepsi and all that stuff. And the man cussed me off, called me the N-word.
Oh.
I was like, you know what? Let me go back to surgery because I can't deal with these type of people having these kind of experiences. So I went back to surgery, and I've been working in surgery. I scrub, I do cardiovascular, orthopedic, trauma, general, gynae, all the areas.
Okay.
I do organ procurement.
Nice.
I scrub and I circulate since then. And that's basically been it. I still feel like I help others. I'm still, I'm helping the patient, but I don't have to deal with the whole, patient satisfaction, patient interaction. I don't want the patients for that, honestly.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well,
that's been my experience so far.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's been good. I just leaving work. We had quite a few traumas today. I get bored easily, so surgery works out fine because you do something different every day. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Were you did you have to do like any certification to do surgery rotation or work in the surgery unit?
Yeah, so I had got my AORN certification. That's something that was important to us at first, but then at the end of the day, some of these hospitals do not pay you more to maintain the certification.
Exactly.
So it's not something that I'm maintaining now because it's not affecting my rate, and it really didn't affect the positions that they had available because of the nursing shortage. So basically, everybody, come and
get the experience.
Get a job, and how nursing shortage is now. So I didn't maintain it, but I did get my certification there. And I had been working in surgery in Jamaica, so I had that prior experience, and I continued to get my experience here, and been working in surgery since then.
Okay, nice.
I'm second shift charge nurse, but I work part-time because I do other things besides nursing. Jamaica, every Jamaican have about 6 jobs. Other things to make money.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about the organ procurement rotation or surgeries just for persons.
So in this stage is Indiana Donor Network. I originally wanted to be a mortician. I don't know if you remember that from high school.
Yes.
So the closest thing to be like a coroner or mortician to do what's it called?
Autopsies.
What's the term? Yeah, autopsy. Thank you. Come just study work. I'm tired. Was basically being surgery. So I still get to be a part of, being in the patient's body. Biology is something that I was curious about and was interesting and exciting to me. So I scrub with the surgeons and assist with robot cases and a bunch of other stuff. But the IDN, which is the Indian Donor Network cases, you basically have cases where the client, it's terminal and they'd expect them to die once you remove that cardiovascular support. So what they do is bring them into the OR, remove their intubation, and basically if they die within 90 minutes, the heart can't manage, they die within 90 minutes, then they basically have that time. Once they die, are the heart rate falls between 30 and you see the heart rhythm is PA or whatever those things are to determine that patient is no longer like survivable. Then we cut the patient's chest, cut the patient's abdomen, take out the heart, liver, lungs, whatever organs that is necessary. Yeah. And then the ones that's called a DCD. And then there's others where they're already determined as brain dead. And then they're scheduled for us to bring them to surgery and basically get them set up, get them prepared, open the abdomen, open the chest, and obtain the necessary organs to help other people.
That is so nice. That is so nice. I remember
it's not a lot of nurses like to do that because they always me end up always do it because they know some love them something. But there's an aspect of it where they do the honor walk, where the family and friends and
yes, I love seeing that.
They stand in the hall and they cry. I don't really participate in that part because that's but I want to get involved.
Yeah, it's always
I just want to do that part. So I stay in the room. I always end up being the one that's in the room and assist with the IDN process.
Okay.
The donation process.
Okay, nice. I remember when I was in Maine, we had patients coming in and we had to go ahead and prep. And I know sometimes, on the ID, your driver's license, you can tell whether or not you want to be a donor. And sometimes relatives do come in and they want to kind of, not have they don't want it to be a case where you go ahead and do any form of organ donation with that patient. And it's always a sad experience because this is something that the person had already made a decision for, and that person is willing to give up their organs because they know it's going to benefit. Like, how many persons do you think it can benefit? It can benefit about
at least 10 people.
I think over 12.
10 to 12 depending because it's 2 lungs, 2 kidneys, a heart.
Yes. Some persons need skin.
Not necessarily the liver, they have bone marrow, exactly. There's retina.
There's so many things that they can actually use that body for. And so it's always a challenge in the emergency room, but it's always a nice, the process is very smooth. Have you been have you left the state of Indiana to assist with any of those organ donation, or you just stay in Indiana?
No, it's really just Indiana. So because there's I work at 2 of the main hospitals in the city, and they both is the same team for the entire state. I actually wanted to be a part. So he was going to be a part of the team. I was gonna take a job, but their call was too much, man. And you have a family and your young kid, I have a son, my husband, so it would have taken too much from my family time and my ability to be available for my family. But the pay was good and it's exciting, but I guess you have to give up something in the end.
Exactly. And I think you're doing, with you having all of that experience still, I think you're not really probably missing out on much except probably the pay a little bit because if you're going to be responding to all of those, but in terms of experience.
And I feel like the pay, the rate that they had expressed is not very different from the rate I get now. It is probably a little bit more, but remember that also comes with the inconvenience. So you're having to be on call 3 days a week for 24 hours, 5 days a week, 24 hours. You travel all boat, you up on helicopter. It was fun, but I feel like if I was young and single, I'd do it. But I'm too tired for that.
That's what I tell people. Like, if you are single, you don't have that much of a responsibility with family and all, then go for everything else. Don't limit yourself.
Sure.
But I did like how the response team for, when I was in Maine, because I think they do Boston and Maine. And when I tell you, when we have a patient that comes in and we know that this is a situation, they are a candidate, the calls were just like going through and persons were prepping to come and do that organ transplant. And it was always, it was always just something that fascinates me. So to hear you talk about it and being a part of it is, a wonderful experience, I'm thinking.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for asking. It's chaos, but there's always some form of organization in chaos. And it's organized chaos.
Yeah.
It's always pretty crazy, but at the end of the day, the ultimate goal is to provide closure for this family and help another family.
Exactly. And then the other day we had, I was at this heart hospital working, and I had a patient there who had gotten a heart transplant. And he was a Jamaican, to be exact. And he was in his 30s. So I was asking, I say, between you and I, how did you even end up with a heart? How did you end up with a heart? And that's what it pays, it pays to not smoke, not drink, not having, like, living a risky life,
That's right.
So when I heard him, I spoke with him, and I'm like, how is it that you came over here and you got a heart? Because you have so many persons on the list, and they're waiting for a long time. But you came up here in the space of like 3 months, you got sick, you got a heart. How?
And I was recipient.
Exactly. And then he was
really helps.
I was asking him about, his experience with, after you've done the heart transplant, you hear people talk about different stories, their experience and all. And then his was like after the heart transplant, a few days or the next day, when, he was still asleep and kind of getting back to, just waking up, he remembered like someone came in the room, and this was from a Jamaican. Not saying that when another person tell you the story probably is not, but when you hear somebody talk from your country, your culture, you kind of believe it a little bit more, so
course,
so he was telling me that he remember just there sleeping, and it was like someone came into the room and was saying, you're gonna be fine, you're gonna be doing good,
It's amazing.
and the person told him it was okay to wake up, it's okay, you can get up. And he said that he was there, the person was having a conversation with him, but it was a lady, and he was able to describe the lady and all. So after everything, he said that the person left the room, and then he woke up. Then he called the nurse, because he thought it was the nurse that was, talking with him. And he was asking, were you in the room? This was a situation, the encounter he had a while ago, when the person told him to wake up. And she was like, oh, no, nobody came in the room. You've been by yourself, since the procedure. We are just checking in with you and everything. But nobody visited, after. And so he was there. Crazy. So he wanted to reach out to, the persons who donated, but everything is going to go through the organization. So it's nothing. Yes. So he was able to write a letter and his experience since having the heart. And he says that he's normally, like, he's from Jamaica, so him love him jerk. And him not have nothing to do with jerk right now. It's like him have a total change of heart. Like, literally. The heart, exactly. And so he wrote.
I know the spiritual aspect to it too, there's another aspect to that too, but that's a whole other conversation.
A different conversation. So he said that he wrote the letter explaining, like, what he is feeling since he's gotten the heart, He's into playing violin. This man said him no know nothing about violin. Not a thing about violin, but him just find out that him just pick up the violin one day and just started playing.
See that?
And he is not into jazz music. He's into jazz. So he has this total different side that is so musical. And I tell you, there's a different side to him now, but he says that he's feeling relaxed and everything. So he sent the letter explaining all of what he's going through. And I tell you, apparently the family members wrote back a letter to say that is exactly what their daughter was like.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, I was just sitting in the room, and like I tell you, like tears come to my eye, and I'm like just listening to him sharing his experience and whatever. Like, that's what I say, like, it's okay to donate your organ and everything. Yes, it might sound scary, and you're probably wanting your family members to be there, before them take out whatever organ they need. But at the same time, just be mindful that it's gonna be benefiting like multiple persons, multiple persons from that one decision that you make while you're alive. So it was a really nice experience. So it's nice for you to be a part of that, experience for some persons. Yeah, I would have really loved to be in there. Me just enjoying little traumas every now and again, but I think that's a very big thing, so.
Yeah, I mean, somebody has to do it, not other people like to do that, but, of course, everyone has a different role and different purpose, and
exactly.
I'm happy that, even a lot of the people that I work with don't like the cases, they not being neat. I'm happy that I was able to serve that purpose and fit that role.
Yeah, that's your calling.
Somebody has to do it.
That's your calling. So sometimes we might find it, we might think that, because we never get into this job, the ideal job or what we had our mindset on, we're not able to do something else. But funny enough, you might find out that, you were actually destined to do something different as well, or along that same line, but it might not be in the line that you were definitely looking out,
So true.
So yeah.
It's true, yeah.
All right. So I definitely want you to, we're still going to be having, that conversation. We're going to dive a little bit more into your experience in, the operating room in Jamaica and here. I definitely want that. So I really thank you so much for calling in tonight to kind of help with, tonight's live. But as we're here, what is one thing you just want to say to persons out there tonight, listening, persons who are nurses or just enthusiasts for, the field? What is it that you want to say to them?
You know, especially with the shortage of nursing, persons who have interest in nursing, especially the ones that live in the US, I'd say it's always great to serve the purpose of helping others, but please remember your self-care in the process.
That's so true.
Please remember your self-care in the process. Please remember your personal finance and how to manage that stuff in the process, because one of the observations I've made since being in the US and working in surgery is a lot of us healthcare providers care for everyone else and forget our own self-care. Nurses always old or tired and them either miserable or, they're still trying to be involved as a patient. Them always have kidney stones. Them always end up sick.
Exactly.
And that sense of, this is a purpose and I was a valuable person in the team. They don't experience that because at the end of the day, these new nurses that take over, that take care of them when they turn 60 odd and they're retired, that special feeling that they thought they would have received, I've seen them receive so much disappointment.
Exactly. That is so true.
So remember to take care of yourself. Remember to set up yourself properly for your retirement. Remember to nursing requires so much time, 40 hours plus more overtime. Sometimes we forget that there's other aspects of your life. So when you retire, set yourself up for something that you enjoy doing, something that brings you fun, something that's another source of income. Because nursing really breaks your body down. It breaks you down mentally, physically, emotionally. And nursing is wonderful, but at the same time, your own satisfaction, your own self-care is important.
That's so true.
That's something that I definitely, every time I meet a new young nurse, I tell her that, don't. It's great to be a server, but don't forget to serve yourself.
That's so true. Before coming to the US here, were you doing much about, yes, we think about our health, but were you always this focus on your health in comparison to moving to the state here? Do you feel like you're spending a lot of time on self-care, telling yourself that, you need to do this to take care of yourself versus when you were working in Jamaica?
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty much the same. Me for a long time, I was being more like a pro-health person, pro-diet, because I do holistic. I have a holistic aspect where I provide holistic products for persons for basically their own self-care, like their diet, their gastrointestinal health, their sleep, their hormone balance. It's something that's always been important to me, and because of that, I used to always exercise. When I go NCU, I always exercise. I did taekwondo and walk, so it's something that I still do here.
Now you slimmer
down me. It's important to me.
Now you slimmer down me at that time, and was so active.
I'm still slim. still maintain it. I mean, it's important because this place, especially in the US, the food is different. The healthcare is different, and the healthcare is more reactive than proactive.
That's so true.
And I try not to forget that aspect, So I still focus on my healthcare. Self-care, I kind of lost a bit of it when I came here because, the work schedule is, in Jamaica, you work morning shift, second shift, you don't really feel like you did so much there, but here like 40 hours you feel mush up.
Exactly.
Yes, it's important to remember to rest and stuff. So
Yeah.
that's something I really still focus on, and I think I encourage everyone I meet to do that, and I think that's something that we should always still focus on.
Okay, that is so true. That is so true. I know you say you are into health, healthy lifestyle and products and all. Do you have like a store or anything, where
Oh
persons
yeah,
can
so
get
yeah,
items?
so I was an independent contractor with a holistic company called Vida Divina. So my website is Sancy, SANCY Vida Divina, VIDADIVINA.com. And basically, what we provide is a organic, basically herbal-based detox tea. There's also supplements that help a lot of my clients with hormone balance, PCOS, infertility, men that have issues with their sex drive or their libido. There's different things, so you guys can check out the site and message me at 260-337-8337. And ask questions, and I can basically give you some guidance as to how those things can help. Because a lot of the healthcare professionals that are in my community that know me and know how we stay for a long time, I've been able to help them with a lot of the personal issues they have utilizing that.
Okay, and I will go ahead and put the information for her website under the link here, and the number as well where you can contact her just in case you need anything from from her advice or any products. All right. Yeah. So, Katie Ann, I really really appreciate you taking the time off. I know it's probably about 10 o'clock now.
Yeah, I'm on call tonight.
So oh Jesus. So I'm going to free up your phone and free up your mind a little bit so you can go and get a little bit of an energy until your next shift start or you get a call. So really appreciate you taking the time out. No problem.
Yep, and we'll reconnect soon and share the other things. Another thing too, like I said, for nurses, find a side hustle. Please don't depend on nursing alone, because if you get hurt, you hurt your back, you hurt your hand, something happening, you can't work in your job. It's always good to have another source of income. Exactly. But that's a whole other conversation we'll have in our interview when I talk about your financial literacy and setting yourself up to be protected in healthcare.
Nice. I love those topics. All right, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in, and as I say, we will definitely link again so we can actually have more talks regarding everything you can share with our folks here. All right, so enjoy your night. You're welcome. We're welcome.
And your YouTube page has been wonderful. You guys check it out, share it. It's been great. I've been sharing it with quite a lot of people.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me as a guest.
All right, no problem, Kadian. Always. Later.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right.
All right, bye.
All right, so folks, thank you so much. That is Kadian. She is, Kadian is always doing a lot of things. She was always so focused and organized, in college. Well, we went to high school together, college together. And as I said, she was always into forensics. I was kind of surprised when I saw her in, nursing school with me, because I thought she was going to do either becoming a medical doctor or, as I say, she wanted to do forensics. And but she has always, she always have her head screwed on her body. Like, yeah, if you want to know anything, she's a go-to person when it comes on to that. So I'll put her link down below. Go ahead and check out her channel. Not her channel, because she doesn't have a channel, but I think she needs to have a channel because she have a lot of information there for a Jamaican nurse, so I think she needs to create a channel and just go ahead and share some of her information. She has a wealth of information there. But yes, unfortunately, I never expected the live to be this long, but I think we did really good with the folks that came on. We had one nurse, who is in New York, who shared her story about, her emergency room journey. She's a nurse practitioner doing house calls, and she's also full-time doing the CRNA program in New York. She's a mom and a wife, so she has a lot of things going on there. So that's the initial part of the video, and when you get a chance, just check that out. And then I spoke with Katie and here, who shared her journey, with everything else. But yeah, so I want to say a big thank you to everybody. Jacinth, Murray says, bless up, think nursing, Damien, mix up boss, told us subscribe to your channel. Okay, thank you, yes. Thank you so much. I realized he had posted a few of my videos, so I really appreciate him taking the time out to do that. Really do appreciate that. And I see CH312 saying blessings. Bernard says work in construction is much easier, but there's opportunity for everyone. Exactly. If you come to America and you can't make something out of it, the opportunity you get up here, well, I don't know if you tell people, honestly, because everybody can make something of the experience here. You know, everybody can get a little insurance. Everybody can get a pay either bi-weekly, weekly, whatever. If you decide you want to go and do Uber or a Lyft, you know, you still can make money. So I don't see why people are not making money and not making use of the opportunity here. And then Bernard, okay, and Grace to me. Yeah, so you know, I just want to say a big thank you. I'm gonna go and finish my notes that I saw my patients today and didn't complete because I don't like to have work hanging over the next day. So I'm gonna do those notes and send out some scripts and what else. Then go to my bed around 12 o'clock. Then get up around 4, 5 o'clock and try to get my day started. All right, so if you haven't double tap on the screen, you know, just double tap and remember to hit the subscribe button. And this is the channel where we're sharing everything regarding nursing, travel, and lifestyle. It's a Think Nursing channel. All right, so remember to look out for the videos, check out the stories that I post. And I have a Nigerian young lady who is going to share her story. And we also have a teacher. So the number there is not only for nurses. You know, if you're in construction, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, whatever field you're in and you want to share your story, you have something that is motivating and encouraging, or if you just want to talk with me, you know, feel free to call in. I'll be trying to go live on Wednesdays, or probably, let's see how tonight goes. I'll probably go live tomorrow as well. Not on Saturdays and Sunday night, but yeah. Just to kind of get more persons coming on and hearing what the channel is all about. All right, so until then, I really do appreciate you taking the time, and I do hope you will have a wonderful evening. All right, bless up yourself, and we'll see each other in the next live or the next video. All right, bye, Grace to me. We'll talk, and bye, everyone else. Enjoy your night.